everybody, Miles Davis here. So on this video we're going to talk about basic expressions. On one of our previous videos we talked about laying out your character's basic head shape and then laying out their features, their nose, their eyes, their ears, their mouths, all that stuff. And what I recommend usually, I'm using a simple circle head shape here just for simplicity purposes for this exercise. Let's do the eyes that touch that horizontal line, right? And if you recall from a previous video, the nose there, we'll do our mouth there, and let's do our ears. The ears I usually do in the middle like this, just normal size ears there for a cartoon. So over here, we're going to talk about some basic expressions in this video. So in this video, I want you guys to get a piece of copy paper. I use cheap copy paper for these videos. I use a Sharpie. You can use colored pencil, crayon, whatever you want. So, and then let's do your basic head shape. Now remember, your head shape can be whatever you want, but your head shape, I would recommend staying somewhat simple until you become more advanced in your drawing skills, because it's a little bit easier for you to think of this in a 3D form. This is a ball, it's not a circle. So you got to remember that as you're drawing. This is in a 3D space, right? So it's like the real world. It's not on a piece of paper. So you got to remember that. So without further ado, let's get going. So as you notice here, horizontal line, vertical line. I laid out my features. These lines are very important. Usually you're going to erase these lines when you get to your final draft of your drawing or your illustration or your book or whatever you're working on. But you need these lines at first. So here's what we're going to do first. Basic expressions. We have happy, right? And then we have sad, probably. Let's do anger, right? What else do we want to do? We'll mix and match on the end here. So let's do the three basic expressions here like this, okay? We can do excited. You want to do excited? All right, let's do that. Excited. All right. So let's get some expressions going. So let's talk about the basics first. Before we start drawing our character's face, let's think about happy. You guys have all seen the happy face like that, right? If you want to add some eyebrows, maybe they go up high. I can add some eyebrows on my character design so we can do that. So here's your basic happy face, right? Let's talk about sad. Sad usually looks like this, right? Basic expressions here. You got anger, like this maybe. Maybe their mouth is like a sad mouth. Maybe it's like that, or maybe it's like this. I don't know. And then excited. We'll do this, and usually they're like way like this, and then you can go like that. It's excited or surprised, I guess, there, right? And then we'll mix and match on the bottom here, and we'll do a separate sheet of paper with mixing and matching different aspects of these expressions to come up with more intimate and original looking expressions based on what you may need for your stories. So first off, let's start with happy. That's easy enough. So before we turn these expressions like we did on one of our previous videos, let's keep them straight, okay? Let's work on that first. This character has a nose like this, right? So then on happy, let's do, a lot of times when somebody's smiling, their cheek muscles come up and it makes their eyes actually go like this, right? So it's not just dot eyes, they're actually curved a little bit. They're closed a little bit because those cheek muscles come up. So if you want to do that with your eyes, do it this way, just like that. You guys like those sound effects? Alright, so you got the eyes kind of bunched up a little bit with those cheek muscles, and then of course you can do a big smiley face here like this. If you want to, do a little curve underneath, and you can show some teeth like that. And then of course we'll put the ears in here like this, and then of course if you want to, we can do the eyebrows up like that. So there you go. That's your basic happy expression based on this character design. So hopefully just make sure you keep your features lined up where they should be on these lines, okay? So then we do sad face. Sad face. Oh. And then now what you can do, I like changing up my nose shapes a little bit. It's still going to be a round nose, but I might elongate a little bit like that. So notice the nose shape is more like this, and it's not like this, right? So that nose comes down a little bit. It makes it kind of sag, like he's sad a little bit. And then you can do the sad mouth if you want to, like this. And then, of course, you can do the eyes. I actually do the eyes a little bit bigger, like they might cry or something. And then I do the eyebrows like this. Right? And so there you go. So you can kind of see that there. And then, of course, we'll add the ears. And that is your simple sad face. But you see how it looks like the same character. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make these expressions look like your character design. So if you have a square head, you should be doing this on squares, right? So, okay, so let's go to anger. And again, we're doing these expressions straight on. And the reason for that is to get these expressions kind of worked out. It may take you a few tries, and that's okay. Sometimes it takes a lot of attempts to figure out how your character is going to be put together. And this is how you start. So I'm trying to teach you guys a system here. So when you do anger, again, we're doing it straight. We'll curve some of these heads on the next sheet of paper. So keeping it straight, let's go ahead and do the eyes where they would go probably, and then we can go rah. And I just kind of curve those eyebrows a little bit like that. You know, he looks angry, doesn't he? And then we got here, we got the nose, and again, normal nose, saggy nose, and when you get angry, your nose sometimes flares out. So instead of doing that nose or that nose, let's do it kind of wide like that, so it's kind of looking like it's kind of flared, right? And then I did the squiggly mouth, so we can do that, but let's do the kind of like curved, like that. That might work, right? There you go. Just kind of playing around and experimenting a little bit, and there we go. So I encourage you guys to experiment and play with different shapes and things like that to better understand how all this is put together and how this system works, okay? So you have the anger there. Now let's do excited. Let's go ahead and knock that out. Do the straight on face here. Boom. All right. So now here, again, I go back to these kind of big eyes when they're surprised or excited. Big eyes like this, and then like that, right? And then the nose, probably keep the nose somewhat similar. And then you can do like a big round mouth, like woo, like that, right? That would be surprised. Kind of excited. If you want to do excited, you can also do a smiley face. So let's go. Excited will be here, I guess. This will be more surprise. So let's do those big eyes again, like this, right? Do the eyebrows like this. Do the nose, but then you can do like that. So it's surprised. It's kind of like happy, but it's more surprised because those eyebrows are jumped up, right? So, and then of course we'll put the ears on these. So there you go, the ears where they go. And we'll go over features and stuff like this and different eyeballs on a different video. So, so that's excited or surprised or what have you. So this is the first sheet here. So again, start with your figure, basic like this, and then work into the basic expressions. And now what we would like to do, if you're done with that, let's jump to our second sheet of paper, okay? Again, let's go ahead and start with our basic character features. Boom. You got the nose, the eyeballs touching there, there's your mouth, there's your ears. And we're keeping this simple just so to get the system down and understand what we're doing here. So from here, let's go ahead and on our previous video, we had talked about how you can turn some of these expressions in the head, right? It's a 3D form, remember? So let's go ahead and remember one vertical line, one horizontal line, but you can curve those, but they go to the poles, remember? So, and then you can curve this way like that. So from here, I don't know, let's do let's pick an expression. You want to do, I don't know, let's go with sad. How about that? Let's do the sad one here. All right, so let's do sad, but it's curved, right? But here's our features. So what you want to do, put your eyeballs where you want them there, and then you can do those eyebrows and kind of curve up like that, right? Remember the basic sad expression here. And then your nose would be here like that, and then you can kind of overlap that nose on that mouth if you want to. This looks super sad, doesn't it? So there you go. And now these ears, remember, if we're turning this way, those ears are going to come this way around. So this ear would be here, and the other ear would be on the other side, if that makes sense. So there you go. So there's your basic sad kind of turned. So on the previous video, we talked about turning these heads, and I don't know, let's do let's curve it this way now. Let's try that. I don't know what expression I'm going to do. I'm just kind of ad-libbing as I go here. I'm kind of making it up as I go. So let's see here. So let's do anger over here. How about that? Let's do anger. So we got the anger. Let's go. Do it this way, and then wow. Anger, right? And then because this is tilted up, it's going this way. Let's make the nose turn up. It's in the same spot. We're just turning it up, right? And then here, and then what if we just add like a little shape for the mouth? Maybe he's mad, maybe his tongue's coming out, and you know, and then we're gonna color all this in, right? Color all that in and make that mouth kind of pop off like that. So now he's yelling something, you know, if he's yelling something or he's perturbed at somebody. Now again, we're also, this line means we're curving it this way, right? So that ear is gonna come here, and the other ear is going to be behind that probably where you won't see it. Does that make sense? Hope it does. And so yeah, that's right here. Let's go ahead and do two more, and then we'll call it a day. How about that? So let's see. Let's do this, and then we can curve it down like that. And then let's curve this one this way. So we kind of do the opposite of that, and this was going straight down. So we had a vertical line going down like this. Let's do surprise looking down. That'd be kind of weird, right? Let's see what that looks like. So let's do that. guys, like that, and then the nose, and then we can do the big mouth behind it, right? And so maybe you want to color that in like that, like, oh no. And then you have the ears here, right, on the sides, just like that. So, and then here, let's do I don't know, let's try a happy, a big happy here. So let's do the eyes here. Remember the line? Remember where the eyes go. And because this is actually going this way, it's tilting up. Let's do the nose like that again. Let's do it like this. But then we can do the big happy face, right? And then we'll do like a big smiley face in there. And if you want to, we can come in and do some teeth. We'll go over features more in depth on a different video. But this is kind of, again, showing you the basics, okay? So there we go. Add your ears there, and then eyebrows there like that. Now you can actually mix and match. So here's what we'll do. I'll show you something kind of fun here. I encourage you to experiment. So we'll kind of mimic this face here, right? And then let's do the eyes like this, but then let's make him like mischievous, right? Like that. So that's anger, kind of like that. And we'll do the nose up again. But what if we add that smiley face? Right? Like maybe he's mischievous. Maybe they're up to something they shouldn't be up to, right? So you see how that one and this one are now combined. We have the same features here from this one. It's just the opposite. The line's curved, and we kept it on those lines. But then we put that smiley face there. See how that works? So I encourage you guys to mix and match some of these faces, okay, and play with that. And with that, we're done with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. You guys take care. All right, bye-bye.